Well, if you look deep in your eyes and get a flashlight or go to an ophthalmologist and get a real up-close picture of the iris, not the pupil or retina, but the iris, you'll see rings in your eyes. And these rings are called nerve rings. And, of course, anything weak's attacked, and that's what the job of a viral is. So you got to strengthen your adrenals, therefore the neurotransmitters come up. It'll in turn strengthen the myelin sheaths. I think it'll also do the new brain and nerve formula, give strength to that nervous system on top of that. At the same time, I'd be opening up that kidney, because with the adrenals comes the kidneys, and of course here's the lymph system. So I would work in that vein there. And while we're going on that vein of moving that lymph system, here was a good one that was written, was what was this? Acoustic neuroma. Let's see who wrote this one, because she's or he's getting Hollywood 103. Hey, Hollywood 103, man. Listen, everything is right-sided on you, and remember why? Because kidneys you have bilateral kidneys. You have a kidney and adrenal on each side of the body. One kidney can be weak over another one for sure. You can feel that, which side of your body stiffer, which side you're growing cysts or moles or tumors on. I think there was another one that was asking me about pus and always producing pus. Well, you're not always, you're producing acids at the cellular level. Your mucosa and your lymph system is that fluid of protection. So sometimes that fluid, is dealing with so much necrotic and acids and all the trash that it's coming out, especially if you're a milk drinker or a dairy consumer and you're just putting this stuff in you. Drinking milk is drinking pus. Now, that might not sound too good to you, but drinking milk, eating cheese, eating ice cream is eating pus. And I'm telling you, those that have the acnes and rosaceas and all this, it just makes it worse. Now, so you've got to open up this can. You hit it right on the head. You've got the kidney, the adrenals. You've got to move that lymph and break down these tumors. It's benign now, but this is right back here in the 8th cranial area. You're going to see some equilibrium. You're going to see, some issues here, and you want to get that out of there, because that's still pressure, that's still acid, and you can still get, and that's also showing you what's going on locally. That isn't just an isolated benign tumor. It reflects a fluid that's head to toe in you. So that you hit it right on the head. That's what you got to get going. And a lot of times, and you also found this out, that a lot of times you don't know that you have tumors in you. A lot of people don't know that they're full of tumors. So I think getting into health should be a fun thing, and you don't worry about the small stuff, because you don't want anybody to start messing in here. You want to get that out and fix the causative factors, and you don't grow another one and it won't get bigger. And it can hyperstimulate nerve growth as well. So that was a real important question. I appreciate the question, and I appreciate the observation, because you're exactly right. You hit it right on the head. Now get in there and really, really dig out and get into those higher grape fasts or something. You'll be okay. Get that. I do 2 lymphatic formulas, 2 kidney formulas, and really move that open, pop up my adrenal glands, of course. I'll get that RA up there. I asked him about that. Again, we're running a little bit behind. Well, he is. I guess I am too a little bit, but yeah, Mike. So go on with that. The moles, good. We took care of that. People have asked me about the celiac disease. Bottom line, and I love this word. I think Webster's dictionary should put this in their dictionary: interstitial lymphatic constipation. Don't you? That's interstitial. That's where your problem is. That means around the cells. That's that interstitial fluid. If it's in the small bowel, if it's in the colon, in the small bowel, you're going to get malabsorption. No question about it. You're going to break down the villi in time. This is all part of the whole thing. But it can be in the lungs. It starts to be head to toe. And if you have this, it's moving to the liver, the pancreas, because this is a fluid that's systemic, meaning head to toe. So, I was wanting to finish that. See, I kind of get off point sometimes thinking here, but digestion of our foods. This ties me right into the second thing you've got to do is absorption. You don't absorb your nutrition you're done. If you don't digest your food, you're done. That's like having a Kentucky Derby. Your horses are all lined up, the gates open, your horse takes off and falls right there. That's the beginning of the race. So really, you got to. That's why we work on the pancreas and the liver. Get that lymph, because this is a lymphatic issue, and then get that moving. Of course, what's the third thing? And this is what other naturopaths need to understand. The third thing is, just because you put calcium in the body, because you put iodine, because you put magnesium in there, doesn't mean your body's going to utilize it. Why? That's right. Your adrenal gland steroids are responsible for the bulk of utilization of nutrients. Remember, the parathyroid hormone, parathormone, is responsible for calcium utilization. So if you don't have these steroids and hormones up to par, you're not going to utilize. Well, then we try to give them to you. I did that way back then. I thought we were beyond that kind of thinking. And so a lot of people pay a lot of money for supplements, and God forsake you start doing intravenous work with mega doses of supplements. I mean, what we're seeing with ascorbic acid treatments intravenous is hardening of the arteries, because from what we know, ascorbic acid is antagonistic to calcium. Not smart. What are we trying to do here? You know, when you're trying to treat like this, you know, it ignores the principles of true naturopathy. You know, the foods and the detoxifications and the cells and the fluids and the two sides of chemistry and all this. This is a modern naturopathy. I'm kind of ashamed of it, to be honest with you. I know people want to become naturopaths out there because it's such a beautiful word, but it's naturopathy, and there's no such a thing as naturopathic medicine. These two are two separate thoughts. They don't gel. It's like German iridology and American iridology. Dr. Jensen found that German iridology had some fallacies to it, and one of them was that the eye patterns and colors are at birth and don't change. So unfortunately, is it Ellen that took Doc's stuff now is saying Doc had it wrong? Am I hearing that right, Ellen? I hope you're not, because that would be an insult to the great man. If you have a different opinion, say it differently on the side. Don't cut the old guy. I was a close friend, and I know a lot of things I could say here. But the problem is that eyes do change. I have a ton of befores and afters of this. Amazing. And if you can't get the eyes changed and you're a practitioner, you better learn what we do here, because you're not getting deep into those interstitial areas and changing them. And if you read the premise of iridology, you'll find that it's based upon the now. I get a little passionate, don't I? Forgive me about that. Some things go on I don't real happy about, and I think it shouldn't be done. Sorry this guy gave you a cocktail and all that, honey. Get yourself balanced out. Or is this a man here? Let me see here. I didn't see the name, but get yourself balanced out. Get yourself on fruits and vegetables. Get yourself down that detoxification road, because that's what you need to do here. Let me see what's going on here. He's been losing hair and nails. I mean, you're ridged. That means you're very acidic, your lymph system. And what are you going to do when your lymph system's backed up, you have high acidosis, and you're hitting that with vitamins and minerals?